Hi everybody, and welcome to Survival Dads. So in this video we're going to be talking about what the differences are between carbon steel and stainless steel in a bushcraft knife, and what I think is most suitable for the task. So obviously there's quite a few differences between them in terms of the chemistry of the actual steels themselves. I'm not going to go into that simply because I don't know everything about it. So it's best if I just don't talk about it. So yeah, obviously the type of knife that you own and carry is obviously very personal, and is something which I feel requires quite a bit of thought. So for the purposes of this video, I will be using the Mora Garberg carbon and the Mora Garberg stainless steel. So Mora originally came out with the stainless steel version, incredibly popular and one of my most favourite knives, I have to say, in my collection. But due to the demand of the community, the bushcraft community, they actually came out with the carbon version. So what's so special about carbon? Why do people want carbon for their kits? Well, one of the main reasons is carbon steel tends to be easier to sharpen and tends to hold its edge a lot longer than its stainless steel counterparts. So that's obviously quite a big difference. If you don't like to constantly resharpen your blades, perhaps carbon is the way to go. Hold its edge for longer, and it's actually easier to do, so you actually spend less time doing it. But obviously, with this advantage does come some disadvantages. Now, with it being carbon, it does tend to corrode and rust far easier than its stainless steel counterpart. So it's very important that you maintain, especially the carbon, very carefully. So this will require pretty constant oiling, making sure that the blade is well oiled, especially to stop the rust appearing and corrosion happening. So as part of that, it may be necessary to actually store the carbon knife out of its sheath when not actually in use. So when it's in storage, let that air get to it, make sure there's no damp touching it. Other things are, you may be required to actually carry some oil or some preserving agent with you when you're out in the field, if you're out there for extended periods of time. And yeah, it just requires more maintenance, and needs to be cleaned, oiled before it's put away. So that's kind of a good thing. It will teach you to respect your tools in that sense. But if you are someone who likes to get home, get yourself sorted, and you tend to leave your kit behind, stainless may be the option for you. So again, with it being stainless, it requires far less maintenance. Now they say that stainless doesn't quite hold its edge as long as a carbon, and also it's a little bit harder to sharpen. But to be honest, with how easy and hard it is to sharpen, I haven't particularly noticed the difference between the two myself. But I don't use them so heavily that I need to sharpen them every time I go out, so maybe that's why. But yeah, the stainless obviously is far more corrosion resistant with minimal maintenance required. So that's obviously a good thing. If you are working in perhaps a marine environment, salt water will absolutely eat and destroy carbon knives, and they will require constant maintenance. So if you are working around the water, be that fresh or salt water, I definitely recommend the stainless. So they're pretty much the main differences. For me, obviously, it's the ease of maintenance, and what everyone says is the ease of sharpening and obviously the edge retention on the carbon. Now, a thing that I think a lot of people tend to miss out when they think of bushcraft knives is how much shine they give out. Now, this may not be a big deal for everyone, but the difference in how much these two shine is quite apparent. So, as a general rule, carbon knives tend to be duller than their polished stainless steel counterparts. So if you are out in the wilderness, kind of maybe perhaps you're wild camping, you're not wanting to be seen by human or beast, perhaps carbon is the way to go for you. But if that's not a concern for you, then again, you have the pro of the stainless here. So hopefully this rather rambling video has perhaps given you some insight into the differences between carbon and stainless. I'd love to know what you carry out with you, and whether you think it's a big deal. So thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you soon.